Are you in a place where you think you might be trading your own live capital in the future, or what happens if you get moved
Yeah.
to live? Maybe either
Yeah,
of those
I'm
scenarios.
not against it. Like I have a small live account
Hmm.
in one of these, CFD firms where I still trade NASDAQ on there, but I have a
Okay,
small live account on that. And I really just use that as giveaway money. Like I do giveaways on my Twitter, and
okay,
it's like, okay, I'll turn 500 into 1,000. Let me go give away $50 or something like that. Like that's my giveaway
got it.
account. But I really don't see the benefit in using my own money, like risking even like $1,000 when I could risk $30 plus $100 activation fee.
Hmm.
And sure, I might need to wait 8 days of trading or 10 days of trading, but I'm in no rush. I don't need the money tomorrow. I don't need to win today and take it
Yeah,
out today. Like I'm totally fine risking 130 to win 2 grand instead of risking 2 grand to win 2 grand.
I'm right there with
There's
you.
my positive RR. With the
That's right.
prop firms, I'm positive RR. So
And they're very asymmetric in that way. It's like an options contract. You have a fixed risk for the cost of the account, and then an incredible upside if you continue to receive
right.
payouts on that account, right? So the payoffs are fantastic, and that's always what I've loved about prop. When I didn't even know what prop was, by the way, until I think November of 2023. So it's been a couple of years, a
Yeah.
little under 2 years. And when somebody told me it was all simulated capital, I was like, what are you talking about? There's no
Right.
money in
Right.
paper accounts. What's going on here? But learning the structure of how all of this works, and obviously that fixed cost, that was obvious to me immediately that this is asymmetric.
Yeah.
And we're always looking for those types of bets. So I agree with you for the same reasons. Like there's positive RR here in this type of approach, as long as you can continue to stay consistent and get those payouts. Maybe the question I have though is like, at some point, if you're very good at this, you're going to end up against a lot of caps. They're doing more, what are your thoughts on like the full lifetime payout caps and, introducing new rules that make it even more difficult to receive payouts? I know a lot of these firms are trying to just push the can down the road. They're
Yeah.
trying to make it harder and harder as time goes on. Does that compel you to want to eventually get to a point where you just manage your own capital so you can compound?
Sure. Yeah, it does. But it's like there's no rush on that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. Right.
I have money in my live account, which I'll do if I want to, let's say, before the weekend. Like if I want to hold something overnight, if maybe there's
Yeah.
some news, or maybe I'm like, oh, something's happening in the Middle East, let me buy gold, and this way I can hold it over the weekend. So I'll
Hmm.
still use my live account for trades like that. You know what I mean? So it's definitely great to have, but I feel like with the payout caps, and I don't think it's a reason for anyone to complain, because these firms have to pay people out. Like
Of
we need
course.
to keep getting paid out.
We
And
get
if
it.
they
Yeah, yeah.
feel like their business model is 100K cap, I hope they cap me. I hope I get to the 100K to cap out. Like that's a great thing. And there's so many firms that if you're capped out at one firm, you'll find another
Move
one.
to the next one.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and so I don't like firms when they're changing rules that are made on existing accounts. But if they're saying, hey, we're introducing a new rule because we want to make sure we're paying everyone on time and we
Yeah.
have to do this to survive, then that's great. Or don't use that firm. But I feel like you can't just look at the trader side. There's a business behind it. And if
Hmm.
the business is being forgotten and you're only thinking about the trader, all the traders are going to lose.
Yeah.
Like, if the firm goes under. So I'm all for any rule that a firm makes. And oftentimes it's a little cheat code when they're giving you a rule. Because if a firm says, hey, we're making some new rules, no more than 5-to-1 risk reward ratio,
Hmm.
and it has to be at least 5 points on NQ, and you have to hold your trade for at least 10 seconds. Let's say they make
Hmm.
those three rules, right?
Sure.
So why do they make these rules? Because they're seeing that they're losing money if traders are doing those.
Hmm.
So they just gave you the recipe to go make money. You just
Right.
got to go to another firm now that accepts those rules.
That's right.
So, new rule over here, 5-to-1 RRs are not allowed. Does that mean that 5-to-1 RR probably wins all the time and it's hurting the firm, so they have to get rid of it? Yeah, that's what it means. So go to a firm that doesn't have that rule. They just gave you the hack, and now you just need to do the opposite. So I love when new rules come out because I'm like, ooh,
There's the
all
edge.
right, yeah, that's the edge. They're giving you the edge. So.
Fascinating. Yeah, yeah. Interesting way to look at it. But at the same time, it also starts to spell out the risk framework that they're hoping traders engage in, which to me is obviously the key to all of this, right? Is really understanding how to size properly, how to manage your position properly, 2-second trades make 0 sense whatsoever. I know why firms don't want you to do that. There's no way to hedge against that. It's a huge concentration risk. Don't do it. Hang on to the position long enough to extract a signal. That's what they're looking for. But you're learning. I think the keys to what also will work if you decide to move in a live account, even though the asymmetry isn't there anymore, you still have a huge upside or downside risk. You can blow out a whole futures account, and trust me, I've been there too. It's still teaching you rules that help you get consistent in a live account as you move forward in your career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they're all smart rules for trading. Like, of course, you shouldn't be risking 30% of your profit in one trade. Of course, like there's definitely smart rules for trading. But like I said, there's smart rules for trading, and then there's smart rules for getting payouts. So, you might want to treat your prop firm a little different than you might treat your personal account. You know what I mean? Because you still want to be able to get paid. So I'm just saying it's something that it's just like, I don't like when people complain about lots of firm rules unless they're retroactively changing it. That of course, if you're paying for something and then they change it a week later because they realize they messed up, that I don't believe is all right.
I thought I ran into that yesterday, actually. I had refreshed an account in which I knew all I had to do was take one more trade and my consistency would be under their 20% mark. And when I refreshed the account, the consistency went up. And it threw me off for a second. I'm like, I know I did this math correctly. I've got the formula right here. I've already punched in the numbers. I know exactly how much profit I need to generate. And about 30 minutes later, it was about an hour after the electronic hours had opened, all of a sudden the consistency score went back to normal. So it was like they were running through a maintenance window or whatever.
Right.
But for half a second there, I was like, whoa, you can't change the consistency on me like that. That's not fair. So I totally agree with you. If you're going to make changes to the rules, it should only affect new accounts going forward.
Yeah, and then it's your choice to buy or not.
Right. But, yeah. Absolutely.